We don't ask no more questions. What's up, everybody? It's me, San Martin, and I am on the scene, and I brought my brothers from another mother, and I want you guys to know about it all. And if you guys haven't read the headline, you should do it. But we're going to have to do it first, right after this little intro, and it goes down like this. All right, guys, this is one of those days where I'm just all over the board. We're having back-to-back morning shows talking about all the cool things that are happening in the community of Prescott, Prescott Valley, and Chino Valley. Today, this one's happening in Prescott, Arizona, and it's been going on for several years, and this is the reason why you guys are here. So without further ado, tell everybody who you are, what makes you famous. Let's go with the oldest one first.
Oh, that's you, ain't it?
That's you, brother.
That's funny.
My name's George Sickles, Lakota. I'm vice president of the Prescott Pow Wow.
Nice. And then?
Osio, Manuel Lucero, Chala Gihi, Ayela Yumia, Ane Yumia. My name is Manuel Lucero from the Cherokee Nation of Oklahoma, and I am the president of the Prescott Pow Wow Committee.
This is one of the biggest, thought processes for me when joining on being a media sponsor was I want a lot of people to experience this culture, and there's a reason why is because it's our community is surrounded by the natives. Mm-hmm. So tell everybody a little bit how long this powwow has been going on in our community.
Right. So in our community, sans COVID, of course, you always got 2 years missing somewhere. The powwow's been going about 18 years now. And it started out over at the fairgrounds and the dusty fairgrounds there in the rodeo and whatnot. But now it takes place in beautiful Watson Lake, right there in the grass. We do it every third weekend of September. We've been having this gathering, and it's kind of proper because I was talking to some of our Yavapai relatives here in town. You know, their res is right smack dab in the middle of Prescott, and
which nobody knows about.
Yeah, well, they were talking about in the old days. That's where they used to gather there, around them lakes, Willow Lake, Watson Lake, and that was a gathering place. So today that's continuing, where you have Native people coming together and celebrating their indigeneity, their Indianness, and it's a good thing.
So when you create this this buzz in the powwow community, how many people come to the powwows? How many tribes come through?
Oh, geez. We had folks coming from Alaska, from upstate New York, down in Florida, Oklahoma, California, British Columbia, Canada, from all over what we call Turtle Island, our continent, America. That's a colonial thing.
Hey, dude. So we're listening to some history right now.
So, as indigenous people, the Mexica people come up and, Danza Azteca and so on. We've had them there. We've had people last year from Hawaii come and do a traditional hula, not the stuff the tourists see when they go over there, but a traditional hula. So we like to embrace all Native people and come. And it's all human beings to be able to come too. We usually have over the weekend about 3,500 people pass through the powwow. That's a good amount of folks. Mm-hmm. Not all of them are Native, of course, and they're just coming there to learn, to experience, to get a glimpse of the culture. And so, with that, what we want to do is be able to share in that way. And when the MC, he announces in the dances, he says, hey, this is an intertribal dance. Everybody get up and dance. All human beings are tribal people. All human beings.
And being there just to experience it, there is something really deep in the pounding of the drums and the music that's coming out of the there's specific names and terminologies for the singers and the drummers, right? Mm-hmm. What are those terms?
That would be singers and drummers.
Singers and drummers. I'd be like, those are the boys over there, man. They're singing and drumming.
Yeah. So you have your different drums coming from different regions on the continent. So traditionally we'd have our host northern drum and many other northern plains style drums. They're very distinctive in the way that they sing. It's very high pitched. And a lot of times you think of a war cry, in those old cowboy Indian movies, those old westerns, a war cry. You know what that is that's you reaching out to the creator, to the Great Spirit for help, because you're getting ready to do something nutty, you know, as a war cry. So you hear that northern drum and you hear them hit that pitch. They're reaching out with sending that voice that way. With the southern drum, it's much lower. It's
slower
and slower. And the honor beat, so that when they come down really hard on that drum, is very methodical with the southern drum. With the northern ones, when they're feeling it, you're gonna get the honor beat.
And that's the heartbeat of Mother Earth
Right there,
coming through that drum.
Yeah. And there's just something so spiritual about it, just music in general. So there's something that goes into it, and that's the reason why I wanted to be a part of it, because it feels like people need to understand, you know, the way that it actually started and the way that it was actually running through every continent that's out there. Just like you said, you know, even Hawaii comes in, and those guys are very tribal there, and they're more protective of their land than I have seen in a lot. But at the same time, it means a lot. You know, being born and raised in Prescott, the Yavapai Indian tribe have always been a part of my life. You know, I have a lot of friends, and I was wondering if you guys were going to show up on time, you know, be on rest time and stuff.
Indian time.
Man, I said rest time, and it was
close.
Funny, you know. I started chuckling because this is a part of my life, and I never really thought about it until it's actually, you know, like I'm now 45, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, there's a lot of things that I don't think about, but as you get older, you start embracing all this.
I guess when I get there, I might catch up with you, since I'm only 37.
Jesus, guy.
See, the wise man always speaks. I heard the other day, it's like, you're only born once. Why celebrate your birthdays? And I'm like, yeah, you're totally right. So I'm cutting myself off. So I'll probably be at this age for the rest of my life.
That's a wise policy. I'm gonna start that too.
Yeah,
My back
I like
hurts.
It works that way. Then you never have to worry, and then you're not counting down your days or up your days, whatever you want to call it. So one of the things I want to go ahead and share with the community out there is Pow Wow etiquette. I know that you guys have that on your website. If you guys want to go back to it, it's scrolling on the bottom. If you guys want to know more about what's happening, you can guys go to the website itself. But tell a little bit about what some etiquette, Pow Wow. Pow Wow etiquette, that's what we're going to call it.
Sure. You know, the first thing for someone who's never been to a powwow before, you're going to know some cultural differences. You know, to us, it seems normal, but, you know, operating in both worlds, as many of us do, there are some differences. For example, pointing with your finger like this, that's a no-no. Yeah, it's offensive. You know, you might be a chikili or a witch or something trying to, you know, put roots on somebody. So you don't point with your finger. You can press your thumb, or you'll see them purse lips. And the further you arch your head when you point like that, the further away you're pointing.
It's like we're arching that. We're arching it around that other person.
That's
we're
it.
throwing it out to the Tatankas out
there. All the way out there.
And, and you know what's kind of crazy, just going to a little bit of thought history on this one, is that they were also pointing with their lips because when they were sitting in their circles, they didn't want the person that was on the hill to see what was going on. So it was like, you know, so if you ever see me pointing with my lips, I'm pointing at something. I'm not trying to blow you a kiss.
That's right. So this is that good looking fancy shawl dancer out there.
Yeah, girl.
But things like that also, you know, with photography, you know, the first thing everybody wants to do is pull that smartphone out. Oh, this is great. Hold on, let me get a picture. Ask permission. You know, a lot of these items that these dancers are wearing have been passed down through their family generation. They have special nuance medicine to them. They don't want people actually photographing those things. There's also another thing too with professional photographers. They like to do that, and then next thing you know, your image is on a postcard, and this guy's making money, and you ain't getting jack squat. That's also not okay. And taking pictures of kids, oh my goodness. Think of it this way: most bear attacks happen when it's a mother with her cubs. So if you want that, you go ahead and take the pictures of kids without asking permission and see what happens to you. It's not going to be good. So, you know, when we booked this thing with the city, in the old days, we used to book it as a family gathering to kind of to curtail that public photography thing. But what we ask is that you be respectful and ask permission.
Just ask.
And talk to the people. Make a new friend. the worst thing's going to happen is you're going to make a new friend.
Yeah.
So it's, I encourage people to talk to the dancers. Also, don't touch their regalia. Like, again, a lot of these items are very old. They're very sacred to the people, and to go around, oh, what is that velvet? It's beautiful, and you don't do that. We bless our regalia. We pray with it, and those dances out there are prayers. Those songs are prayers. So you don't go up to the Pope and start rubbing on his robes and say, "Hey, is that silk? Is that real silk, or is that just rayon?"
Or his fish hat.
Yeah, or his fish hat. You don't touch the Pope's fish hat. You don't do that. It's just, if you keep that thought process, then you'll be just fine. But there's a lot of do's and don'ts, and a lot of it's in there on our website, prescottpowwow.org.
But we're showing some images right now of a lot of the pictures that we're taking. And once again, you guys can see this on the Pow Wow website. But what were you going to say?
Just ask. If you just come and ask. I mean, this is a good learning opportunity for the public. Come, ask, hang out. So all you gotta do is ask your questions, man. That's why we're part of the reason that we're there, is to help people understand who we are. We're still here. We're not going anywhere, and how do things work.
Mm-hmm.
So, out of curiosity, how does it go down? Let's talk about the first day all the way up until the third day. Is it 3 days or is it 2 days?
3 days.
All right. So, run it down on how it would look if somebody walks in. I mean, just give them a little bit of an ambiance. And as you are talking, just check out the photos. Amazing stuff going on.
Yeah. So the Pow Wow, you can see the canopies in the background there. That basically makes up a circle. That circle is blessed, no different than the inside of a church. It's considered holy ground, blessed ground. So we ask that you don't bring your pets, because they don't understand it. They're outside, and next thing you know, and my moccasin is all covered in nothing good. So
I
don't like that.
And some droppings.
Also, go running out into the arena to snap pictures. Also not okay. You don't run up in front of the people at the wedding and take pictures of them in front of the preacher. You give them that space. So same concept there. Also, when you walk up there, you'll notice there are food vendors there. You'll smell that good food cooking. Feel free to get that food and make your belly happy. Again, no matter who you are as a human being, food always brings us together. Music always brings us together. It's a thing. And also, you'll notice the arts and crafts vendors that'll make their way around the outside of that inner circle. Feel free to talk with them and ask them questions about their art. They love sharing with you. And the people a lot of times are afraid of, well, I can't wear that. That's cultural appropriation. Well, it's appropriation when you don't know nothing about it and you're taking and exploiting it in that way. Learn something about it. Appreciate what you have. Talk to that artist. Talk about their people, their traditions, and learn about it. And then when you wear it, you can be proud. And somebody asks you, you say, yes, I got this from my friend, James Bearchild, and he made this for me, and so on and so forth. And I know what it means, and he's my friend now, and I appreciate this. That's the difference between just going out, like some gal named Becky at the festivals out there with the war bonnet. You don't know what you're doing, and you're not appreciating anything. You're not helping anybody. You're not promoting anything. You need to know. So if you do that and you go talk to these artists, they're going to talk to you and they're going to help you out, and they're going to help you pick something really nice for yourself.
That's amazing. It's about learning. Just ask questions. If you don't feel like you got a good answer, maybe from somebody, ask somebody else. I mean, don't keep going from person to person. Let your heart tell you and your spirit tell you. But,
So when you guys put these together, what is the overall goal with it? Like, what is your overall goal? I mean, to educate, or just to go ahead and get the tribes together, or once again, just like have a festivity where people could enjoy the culture, or
sure.
What is it?
All the above. You just nailed it right there.
Our mantra, though, our theme for every powwow since its inception here in Prescott has been elders embracing the youth. Now, our powwow is not like others where it's contests, and lots of prize money is given away for these contests, and a lot of dancers, they actually make their living that way, where they go from powwow to powwow. We call it hitting the powwow trail. Powwow to powwow, and they'll dance and they'll win contests, and heck, the big casino contest powwows, you could win 10 grand in a weekend.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pretty easy.
But with us, we do it old school. It's a social powwow. People are there to pray and to dance and to learn and to teach. We call it elders embracing the youth, because of us, as now that we're getting older, we have more gray hairs. Yeah, we are becoming the elders. We're becoming the ones that need to teach these young people, the uncles and the aunties and the grandpas and grandmas in that way. So these young people can come out, even though they're second generation living in the city, away from the res, away from grandma and grandpa, away from their pueblo, or away from wherever. They can come and feel comfortable, and the regalia doesn't have to be perfect because they're still working on it or whatever. And they can listen to uncle or auntie or grandma or grandpa teach them something out there. You know, I've been in the circle going around, just an intertribal dance, and we're all moving about in that heartbeat of the Mother Earth at the same time. And I'm watching a little boy, and he was very confused with his dance steps. And his uncle or grandpa, whoever, said, "Hey, stop watching that guy. You pay attention to your own step." Like, you're getting these lessons out there, and you're learning out there in that way. So it's that is our main focus. But the repercussions of it are, we're sharing with everyone else. People can come also to learn and learn more about their neighbors. You know, these vendors have a venue now where they can make a living making their jewelry and things like that. You have a place where you can come and meet relatives you probably never even knew you had, you know, and because, you know, you become really good friends, you become family that way. And we refer to it as our Pau Wau family.
And that's how it started out way back in the day. It was a social gathering for families, friends you hadn't seen in a long time, relatives you hadn't seen in a long time, maybe neighboring nations, you know, they come over, depending on how things were between them. Yeah, you know, it's a time to come together and eat and, you know, feast and hang out and visit and have a good time.
Well, this sounds like it's going to be amazing. And if you guys don't know what date it is, what date is this going down? We have September 15th through the 17th, 2023 at Watson Lake. And it's only how much is the admission?
It's $5.
$5 general admission.
If you're a kid, you're in
12 and under, you're free.
12 and under? Okay. So if you guys want to go back to their page, which I'm going to go ahead and put it into the Facebook chat, you guys can definitely go back and add yourself to the page itself, so you guys could keep up with all the stuff that's going to be happening. I heard through the grapevine that you guys are creating an open food, which every time I go there, man, the fry bread is always sold out. So you guys added a little bit of different food, huh?
We have. Well, you know, a lot of people don't know. Hey, they should only be indigenous food. Well, a lot of people don't know barbecue is indigenous. The Taino people started that because barbecue ain't an English word. It ain't a Spanish word either. You know, you got barbacoa, but that's not from Spain. That's from the Taino people, the people Columbus and them first encountered when they got lost. So that barbecue, that's indigenous food. People don't know it.
Once again, food brings people together. Whether it's that food or what food, it doesn't matter. Come down, eat it, and enjoy it, and like it a lot. And get there early so you don't get sold out on that Indian fry bread. Because I tell you what, those girls are cooking.
We got a couple more booths this year, and a couple other different kinds of food too.
So Mexican food, also indigenous food. Like people, just because somebody drew a line on a map doesn't mean they're not indigenous people anymore. It's still indigenous food.
Yeah, and it's all going to be live, and it starts at what time?
We start about 3 or 4 o'clock Indian time, which could be, you know,
Friday.
3, could be 4 on Friday. Everything you got to walk with the sun, because I heard that carrying a watch around, what is it? White man's time will give you stomach cancer.
Hey, and I agree to that. I agree to that. I was like, why are you starting at that time? I was like, I don't know. Why you end at that time? Because I want to.
Because it's time.
Because it's time. I'm tired.
We'll probably go to about 10 o'clock at night. And then, you know, when everybody's tired. And then come Saturday, we'll start around 10 or 11 in the morning. And we'll go to about, you know, 9 or 10 at night. And then Sunday, we'll start again around 10 or so. And we'll go to about 3 or 4. Everybody's got to pack up and go home, go to work Monday, go to the res or whatever they got to do.
So out of curiosity, are you guys in need of volunteers?
Always.
Okay. And I'm going to put this on the screen because that's before I actually invite people to do it, you guys are more than welcome to reach out to these amazing people to come and volunteer, basically to help just maintain the place and guide people to where they need to go. Is that what you're looking for?
That's it.
Okay.
We got keep parking in order and to help folks out. We'll have an elders tent, and we need specifically like when young people volunteer, because hey, bring water to them grandmas and grandpas sitting over there, and that doesn't mean that they're native, just grandmas and grandpas.
Mm-hmm.
And we got nice padded seats for them to sit in the shade. That way they're not staring off in the sun or off in the bleachers or on a blanket out there in the middle of the sun. We want those elders to be comfortable that way.
All right. Well, that's how you do it. That's what it's all about, and it's all about embracing the culture and once again embracing the youth, which is a big deal because our youth, they seem a little bit lost in life.
You think?
Yeah, no. Some days I want to go ahead and give a little bit of hope, but that's what it's all about: is embracing the youth, making sure that we can understand culture and how it actually was developed here in our local community and all of the nations. So
I'm still continues today.
Mm-hmm. And I'm okay with this because that's what I love, embracing the cultures. So with that being said, you guys need to go ahead and reach out to them. The information has been scrolling on the bottom. And if you guys want to check them out on Facebook, you're more than welcome to. And then if you guys have any questions, feel free to go ahead and reach out to 928-910-2453. Text messages work. And so does voicemails. And wait your turn and be patient.
Or smoke signals.
Rest time. Hey, smoke signals were the best. I tell you what, man, we should go back to that. You can't talk too much trash during smoke signals.
No.
It's the exact thing that we need to tell you.
It's when them dang pigeons came in, things changed.
Hey, once again, we got to embrace the future. With that being said, I got to get out of here. I know you guys got things to do, and we are going to reach out to everybody in the community. So if you guys see this, make a plan. Bring the family out. It's a family event. So with that being said, peace, love, and happiness. Let it not be war. And remember, love always wins. I'll see you guys later.
I'll see you there.